Hi everybody, and welcome to another of Tim's Tech Corner videos. Today we are going to be dealing with the Freedom Pro Bluetooth keyboard. If you remember in the last video that I had done, I'd gone through and shown you guys the Hype Mini Bluetooth keyboard. I happen to have it right here. So there you can see a little bit of a size difference. This particular mini Bluetooth keyboard was purchased to be a keyboard for use with my HTC Thunderbolt. Basically wanted a keyboard that I can use to type messages and respond to messages without having to either constantly undock the phone or poke at it from in its dock. However, the mini Bluetooth keyboard by Hype was not compatible with it. So I did a little research on the web and went looking for another Bluetooth keyboard that might work, and I saw some reports that the Hype definitely had some problems, but that the this particular Freedom Pro keyboard underneath it was going to work. To give you a little bit of a size example over here, we'll take the Hype, and it's on top of a iPod Touch, so you can see it's about that size. Here is the Freedom Pro Bluetooth keyboard. It's in a nice case. It's got a snap on it. And I'm going to go ahead and take it out of its case over here. Here is what it looks like folded up. And here's the keyboard opened up. To give you an example of what it looks like opened up, I'm going to go ahead and move it over here to my work laptop, which is a Dell Latitude E6400. And if you take a look, it basically is the size of a laptop keyboard minus one row. So we can remove it and see. There you go. And this does actually happen to play out a lot like a Dell laptop keyboard. It feels like it, it sounds like it when you're typing, and if you notice, the keys are very similar. Now, I purchased this particular keyboard to be a working Bluetooth keyboard for my Thunderbolt. However, yet again, it doesn't work. They're basically saying that Bluetooth keyboards have problems with the Android OS. However, I found that to be untrue. It seems to be more of a problem with the actual Thunderbolt than it does with the Android OS. The reason being, the Bluetooth keyboards pair with everything that I can pair it with except for the phone. I decided to keep this particular keyboard rather than sell it because it actually happens to work really well with my HP Touchpad that is now running Ice Cream Sandwich. This is the same touchpad that I've used in a few other videos. However, it's now running ICS instead of Gingerbread. It actually has got a working ROM on it now. I was having problems with a lot of other ICS ROMs where it would constantly reboot or it wouldn't pick up the Wi-Fi. So I've decided to keep this particular keyboard over here because it works great with it. Now if you look at the keyboard over here, you'll see there's the pairing button. There's the on-off switch, and then there is the Bluetooth pairing mode, whether it is HID or SPP. In here, in this column, is where the battery is. It's not a rechargeable keyboard. It uses two AAAs. And here's the other side of the keyboard. You can see this one actually has arrow keys. It's got a couple of macros. It's got a Alt key that's green. That gives you the green items on keys. It's got a red Alt key that gives you the red functions. And it's pretty much a full-blown keyboard. The switch up at the top above the 4 and the 5 locks it into position so that once you have taken the keyboard and folded it out, that engages the lock on it so that it doesn't close on you. Now, pairing it is really, really easy. You just pretty much set it to the HID mode and turn it on. Take a pen or paper clip, hold it in the pairing circle over there until the light turns blue and flashes, and then tell your Bluetooth device, be it a laptop or a touchpad or whatever, to scan for active devices. It should find it. It may lag for a moment and say that it found the keyboard, but then it will come down and appropriately say that it has found a Freedom Pro keyboard. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and show you how well this works with the touchpad. So right now the keyboard is off, but it has been paired with this particular touchpad in the past. So we're going to go ahead and turn it on by flicking this particular switch. And it's going to turn on. You see that flash there that just happened on the touchpad? That's a sign that it has recognized that the keyboard is turned on. And it's now paired, and it's now connected. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, since it works so well with this touchpad, you'll notice it's got the little Google search up there. If I just type in GU on my keyboard, it automatically pops up to the search, and it's got a couple of items. They are like popular searches like Guild War 2, guitar tabs, and on the device itself it's ready to either give me the game Gun Brothers or give me a Guns N' Roses song. So if I typed in Gun, because I wanted to play Gun Brothers, there it is, and I can just use the arrow keys to come down, and there it is. There is me picking Gun Brothers to play without ever touching the screen. If I wanted to back up, hit escape, and now I'm back at the home screen. So it's a really handy keyboard for touchpad devices, be it iPad 1, 2, and 3, HP Touchpads, Blackberries. Happen to have a Blackberry playbook over here. It's running a screensaver and a little app that I'll be discussing in some other video. It has paired successfully with that. I've had it paired with my touchpad, obviously. You can see that it was responding to it. And you can see some of the keys over here. Got mail keys. You've got phone keys if you actually had it paired with the phone. Now, back over here, I can hit S, K, if I wanted to go over to Skype. And there we go. And I can just go ahead and pick the recent chat, which is my curse moderator staff that I'm part of. And from here, I can basically just respond to these Skype messages just by typing on the keyboard. So that is why I've decided to not go ahead and try to sell this, since it was not compatible with my lovely Thunderbolt. I have yet to find a keyboard that is going to work with it. There is a post on XDA about a guy who used a Evo as a desktop replacement. He got a Dell Bluetooth keyboard, but that's a full-blown keyboard. I'm looking for one no bigger than this one that can work with my Thunderbolt, so that I don't have to undock it every time I want to reply to a text, or lean over and start typing on the phone while it's docked, which basically is a little bit slower than having it in your hand and thumbing it. Now, one particular feature that this keyboard has is it's got this little thing that you slide out over here, and it pops up, and it becomes a handy-dandy little dock, basically, that you can take your phone, and what it's supposed to do is you're supposed to take your phone, put it in this particular dock, and go ahead and type with it. Actually, I don't seem to have it set up correctly here. Hold on one second. There we go. It's supposed to look like that. So, as you can see, it's definitely designed to work with iPhone devices, smartphones, everything like that. That's why it has this little prop on it. with this keyboard and that prop, and if you had one that had mini HDMI out, you are capable of turning it into a desktop replacement. However, I've been unable to get this paired with what I really want to get it paired with, and hopefully I find one working soon. I've got a post up on XDA asking if anybody's got a Bluetooth keyboard that they know has definitively worked with a Thunderbolt, and so far nobody's really given me a response. There might be a chance that an Apple Bluetooth keyboard will work and a Dell one, but they're of course full size. So there you go. There is the Freedom Pro Bluetooth keyboard. It's really handy. Definitely like it for my touchpad, and I would definitely recommend it if anybody does some extensive typing on touchpads. And it's also capable of getting synced up with a laptop if it has Bluetooth, or any other keyboard with or any other computer with a Bluetooth adapter. So hope you enjoy it, and if you're looking for one of these, it's a little expensive. It'll run you probably about $50, if not more, unless you get it on sale or off of eBay. It is definitely more expensive than the Hype mini Bluetooth keyboard, but it's a really solid keyboard. It comes with a nice case. It has rubber feet on the underside of it over here, so that it doesn't scratch your surfaces. And it is a full-size keyboard with all the keys on it. It has arrow keys available without having to hit function, unlike that Hype. So it's a pretty handy keyboard. One gripe I have is the space is split on both sides, so it's kind of a little weird, but it allows you to thumb either from your left hand or your right hand, and the little switch does make sure that the keyboard doesn't accidentally fold. But you can see it still has a little bit of play in its locked position, but it's not too bad. It's a pretty solid keyboard if you're looking for something like this. Hope you enjoy the video, and thanks a lot for watching.